What's up, y'all? It's your main man, Jay Sands. Sands on sports, hip hop, and sports entertainment at its finest. That's right, y'all. The big kid is at it again. And I like to welcome back Miss Keisha Fresh from up top in Canada. She was on the show last season, and she's back. How you doing, Keisha?
Can't complain. I'm chilling.
Awesome. I appreciate you taking the time to kick it with the fellas. We need that voice. So I really appreciate you, taking the time to rap with us. You know what I mean?
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. But everything's good though?
Yeah. Just trying to remain sane, as they say, and, keep above water. So that's what we're doing.
I know it's freezing up because it's freezing in Baltimore. So I know it's freezing up there.
It is. Well, we haven't been hit with a lot of snow, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I just was shoveling last few days, so I'm feeling all, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Bulked up.
Yeah. But yo, check this out, man. This episode have a very special guest, my man. We actually had his brother, Wes Jackson, on a few episodes, my man, Walter Madison, but we have my man, Blue Black from the Unspoken Herd, first time on the show. How you doing, Mr. Blue Black?
Hey man, all is well. Thank you for having me, man.
No doubt.
Honor, man. It's an honor for sure.
Now we got the whole jack. Like I said, we got lineage on the show now, bro.
Yes, sir. Everybody thinks he's the big brother.
What's that?
And everybody thinks Wes is the big brother.
Oh no, see, I already know. Yeah. I already know. And look, I want to go into eventually when we talk about the herd. I want to go into how I met you. But anyway, before that, man, I want to ask you, how did you get the name Blue Black anyway?
That was crazy. We used to be rhyming on in, like in college, I guess you would say. After the party, we would go back to the dorm rooms and we would bang on the walls, and rhyme, because there was no music in the halls or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so somebody said, go ahead and rhyme. So we was all rhyming and somebody said, yo, you sound like Bobby Blue Black. And I was like, oh, so you got jokes, right? And then I thought about it. I was like, oh, okay. So then some people started calling me Bobby, teasing me from that night. Some people called me Blue Black.
Blue Black.
So when it came up time for Blue, Black, and Brown to get started, my man Gingy Brown's last name was Brown.
Digi Brown, that's my man, Miami.
Yeah, and so me and him, he said he got a gym and all of that, but then it made sense. It was like Blue, Black, and Brown, and that's when the Blue Black really stuck.
Got you. I tell you what, can you give me a little 20-second bio, man, about yourself? Just where you're from, all that stuff, please.
So, born and raised in the Bronx, New York, I guess you could say my birthday when I was 9 years old was 1977.
Okay.
I brought my bike upstairs and then it was the blackout in New York City was on my birthday. So that's kind of like places me in a moment in time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was personal, I was looking at the lights go out and all that kind of stuff. But that's also the time when hip hop was born. They say it was only a few crews and there was a whole bunch of crews after that. So I feel like I'm not like that next generation. So I went to private school. I went to boarding school. I went to the University of Virginia. I've been writing nonprofit grants. I was in a .com. I've been a sous chef. I've done workforce development, student affairs. So I've been all over the place just trying to follow, that shiny object and learn the next thing. Yeah. But, for me right now, I'm teaching at SUNY Empire State College. I'm teaching the history of hip hop.
Okay.
I've been doing that for like 7 years. And, that's a passion, kind of like you said for the show. I do that for the love, because I feel like the people who know, or at least, know enough, should be sharing it with the people who want to know. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
and I care about it, so I want to make sure that people get it, at least as close to the source as they can. And then if I can introduce them to something that's closer to it than I am, it works for everybody. But other than that, man, I'm in Tampa, Florida. I'm doing this digital life.
Yeah.
Taking care of the kids and the fam and. That's it, man, and trying to stay away from COVID. That's about it.
All right, well, guess what, man? We're going to test you New York City, man, because you're in Tampa, so, you know what I mean? Well, I'm going to tell you about it, but check it out, man. We're going to go into your favorite teams, starting with football. Now, are you a Buccaneers fan? Because you're in Tampa. You can easily say, hey, I'm a Buccaneers fan. I'm going with Brady.
Nah. I'm a Giants fan. Always been a Giants fan.
Okay,
and, I can't claim that I watch every Giants game these days, but that's where I started.
Okay, and what about baseball?
Yankees, you know, that Bronx thing is real.
Okay, and what about hoops?
You know what? I'm a defector. I just moved over to the Nets, and I know some people are going to be upset with me because I used to tease Wes all the time. I used to be like, "Yo, you from the Bronx, but you do the Brooklyn Hip Hop Festival.
Yeah.
You're a trader. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to bring that stuff to the
The
Bronx."
Bronx, yeah.
So here I am. I'm switching teams now too. I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan, and I'm a bandwagoneer, and I accept all of that.
So did this just happen when Harden got traded? When did you jump ship?
It was Kyrie. Kyrie is my dude. He's from here. He's inside of me. We got this thing. I understand him. He understands me. I feel like, you know, so when he made that move and then it was KD on top of that, I was like, okay. And then Harden was just a cherry on the top. You know, I think Harden is a good player, but I'm there for Kyrie.
If I'm not mistaken, Toronto is actually playing their home games now in Tampa, right?
Yeah, they up there.
Okay.
Down there, I should say.
Yeah. Okay, they love it there. They with Brady. Yeah. Oh man, Gronk. Yeah. Okay.
They're around winners. Yeah, facts. Tampa's been having an amazing year for sports, and you know, it would be just absolute craziness if the Raptors, you know, they haven't been playing their best in the past 5 years, as we've noticed, but. You know, that'd be crazy because, you know, we look at hockey, baseball, and now football, and you see where, you know, even though they only made it to the World Series, that's still, you know, incredible. So hopefully some of that rubs off on my boys.
Yeah, I can't claim none of that. I came down here in July.
But isn't that a Tampa Bay championship then? If they're in the city of Tampa, it don't count for Toronto no more if they're in Tampa. Am I correct? I mean, am I wrong? I think that's Tampa. It don't count for Toronto.
I mean, we'll share it with them, but at the end of the day, the name on the jersey is Toronto Raptors. So
okay, just for clarification, man. Okay, got you. My man Blue Black, what sports you play coming up? What skills did you have playing sports coming up?
Yeah, my favorite was basketball, but I played
what position?
Forward, you know, kind of that let's see, Charles Oakley kind of player.
Yeah.
With
How tall are you?
I'm about 6'1", 6'2".
Yeah, Blue Black taller than me. Yeah, Blue Black taller than me.
You know, every day go to the courts. That's just what you do. So, you know, I got that. But I play football and I play baseball.
Okay, got you. Now, Blue Black, man, we're brown skinned brothers, man, dark skinned brothers, man. You know what I mean? Keisha, you're not, you know what I mean? But you're kind of, I'm not trying to do colorism. I'm not trying to touch colorism, but you're not as dark as me and Blue Black. Like me and Blue Black got Africa in us. You know what I mean? With black. You know what I mean? Like here's my shirt, African, black. Yeah. So anyway, check this out, brother. This is what I wanted to do, man. Can we get your top 5 dark-skinned MCs ever, man? Top 5 dark-skinned, so no light-skinned MCs in the list at all, man. And so no Jay-Z, Nas is light-skinned to me. Not
really?
Not light-skinned, man. You see his hair, he light-skinned, man. Who else? Biggie's dark skin, so Biggie going because Biggie black and he black like yeah, Biggie go.
Yo, this is the wildest question. So I'm gonna tell you who first came to mind was Kool G Rap.
Kool G Rap black. Yep. Kool G Rap.
And then I got Rakim.
Rakim black. He black.
I got Big Daddy Kane.
He black than a motherfucker. Big Daddy Kane black than a motherfucker. Yeah. Big Daddy Kane black than a motherfucker.
I got Scarface.
Scarface black than a motherfucker.
Come on.
I gotta go my man Buster.
But Buster's light skinned though.
No, he's not.
Buster's light skinned.
Nah, you.
I don't know. Maybe I could have picked a better one to end it off, but you know.
Okay, no, that's cool. Okay, that's cool, man. You gave us your top 5 starting 5 black than the motherfucking MCs. I could have been on the list too.
I could have been on the list.
Elder Sensei's in the building. Sensei, how
what
you
up? What up? Nigga, hey. I'm eating my food and
and you see me walking to the madness.
All I heard was black ass nigga, 5 nigga listen.
Hey yo,
what up?
You hear the sound, bro? We exit in the fourth. We exit in the first quarter. We exit. Let me get my sound right, man. Sound man, fire him. Let me get it. Man, I put cocoa, not cocoa butter. What is they shea butter on my hand, right? Sliding on. Man, it smells good.
Oh man.
Nothing. There we go. That's the end of the first quarter. End of the first quarter. Now we're going into the second quarter, and I want to ask my man Blue Black, how did Unspoken Herd start, man? Where'd that come from?
So we did a workshop on 128th Street and Fifth Avenue. It was this building, like a brownstone, whatever it is, and we invited a whole bunch of MCs and DJs and producers to come and just build.
Yeah.
And we didn't really have a name for it at the time, but we thought to call it the Unspoken Herd. And so we took that idea of everybody coming together and, you know, doing their thing and, you know, not necessarily knowing each other before, but then coming together in this moment in time to create something in the moment, you know, and we like that idea. So that's kind of like how all of our recording sessions have kind of been, you know, some planning and stuff like that, but it was really around this party. It was me, Gingy Brown, my cousin Daniel, you know, a couple other people, but it was really Daniel's sound system, and Brown had all the juice because he was working at Green Street, and so everybody was just hearing about it. It was dope. It was maybe like 300 people came, and then we did it twice, and you know, that was it. Then that was around the same time that the Lyricist Lounge was going on. Yeah. So we kind of had our little parallel universe going on, doing the same thing that they was doing.
Got you. See, because I met you late, brother. Look, check it out. I was kicking it with Gabe first. Me and Gabe, man, West had me and Gabe and Jay Live all on the road together. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I was hanging with Gabe maybe like two years before I actually met you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, because Gabe was rocking. As a matter of fact, what was the dude? Michael used to be on the road with us.
Yeah, Michael.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
And then I met Sensei through Seven Heads. Although I used to see Sensei up at Platinum Island when I'd be up there with Mood, I was like, yo, this Sensei.
Where that, yeah, damn.
He's from the Artifact. See, I'm gonna see him again. Yeah, I'm gonna get some more.
now look, damn nigga, my friend and shit, calling me, calling each other early in the morning.
Yeah. Me and L be building. That's why I wanted to have L, because again, like I said, man, you won't get into it, but it's been a lot happening, and we got a lot of dope people right here, man. I love to just get y'all voice on it. So going back into it, man, y'all drop the album Soon Come, man, and I'm actually featured on that. Yeah, J. Rawls got
album fire.
Yeah, dope album. I always get tagged on something saying Soon Come. I get tagged on it or whatever, man. So what was that like releasing that album with all them dope ass beats?
Well, you know, it was really to support West. The whole idea was to get Seven Heads off the ground, and we wanted to create something that could last, or something that could be around for a while, that could help Seven Heads do what it needed to do. And so for me, all the producers was dope. They had to be dope. All the music was different. It was, you know, kind of familiar but different, and that's what we were going for. We were trying to come together and do some little bit of old school tributes, you know what I'm saying? Some old school rhymes, some kind of routine like stuff, you know, to kind of make sure that the 21st century had some music with that kind of stuff in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, you know, just conceptually, Gabe is dope, you know, with his ideas, and he would come in and I would come in, and then it just built on top of each other, right? And then we got to you, and he was like, yo, you know, J. Rawls got this beat, and me and Sam's gonna jump on it. What's up? I was like, yo, go, like,
let me
when I didn't even, you know what I'm saying? That was all y'all, and it came out just how it was supposed to, you know what I'm saying? And his rhyme on that verse, you know what I'm saying? He describes the Unspoken Herd to a T. So when anytime anybody asks me what it is, I say Asheru dropped it in that verse. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, when you're looking at somebody and they know what you mean and you ain't say a word. That's really the essence of it, you know what I mean? And the head nod, universal head nod shit, you know?
And just for me to, if I could add on,
please.
That is how I got to enjoy their music. I was in Philly when I first met y'all. Y'all had a show in Philly, and I was at Footwork like the whole day, and with Steph and everybody that worked in there. So I'm selling merch. This same night, the same day Biz Markie came in there, Jules shining. He's like, yo, what the hell are you doing in here? I was like, nigga, I'm in here working, you know, it's a special day, I guess you could say. But I'm out here, you know, and they told me about your show. I told him about where I was going, but then I had no idea when I got there. That shit blew my mind. I was like, damn, that was like, I go to a lot of shows, and there's not a lot of shows you go to where the performers like make you feel like they really knew what they were doing. Like, come on, we do a lot of shows. I was like, damn, these niggas know what they doing, and the beat was dope. The show was put together well. I came up to them after the shit was over, like, yo, where y'all come from? Yeah. I was like, where y'all from? I don't know if you remember this, but I straight up was like, man, I like what I heard. I was feeling it, and the next thing you know, because I remember I asked them what label they was on and everything. Here I go to Brooklyn, going up to the Seven Heads to talk to West and I told him, I was like, the only reason why I'm here is because I saw your group in Philly doing the show, and I was feeling that shit, man. I didn't even know them at all. Yeah. But I liked every damn thing I heard at that show. I was standing by myself.
That makes me feel so good, man, because that was the intent, man. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really about me being no superstar rapper nigga. I never wanted to be no rapper nigga. Like, no disrespect to anybody who wants to. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to make sure that the love and the passion that I have for it, and that the way that we was doing it when everybody was doing it, that shit was still around. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That people could still feel that regardless of whatever they going through, they can get a dose of it that comes at you like this.
And for me, like when I was that night, changed a lot for me, because I was in between, like at that point, you know, I was at a crossroads actually. You know what I'm saying? This was like 99. Maybe something like that. I'm gonna stop
you right there for a second, because this is your second career. As a writer, you had already established yourself, you know what I'm saying? So in a way, this whole, you know, trying to find your way in rap, that's okay, because that's your second career. You know what I'm saying? That's your second chamber. Your first chamber was already firing.
Still firing.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how I knew who you were. Right? They say, that's how people describe you to me. Right? So it wasn't about he was a rapper. He was like, yo, he's a writer. I was like, respect, because I got a lot of respect for it. I wish I could do that shit. You know what I'm saying? I used to try, but I ain't no good no more. You know what I'm saying? Respect to everybody who's still doing it, man.
Right, I mean, and you that night, even when I came up to the label, West and Lamont was looking at me like, yo, so like, why is he here?
Shout out to Lamont.
This dude from where? And Lamont was like, yo, he outside, he want to talk to you. Like, you know, and even when I spoke to them on the phone, and when I got up there, it was just like, so what do you want to do? I was like, man, I want to do that shit that I see them niggas doing.
Yeah.
And put me in that lane and I'll be okay.
That's what's up. Give thanks.
That's
real.
Check it out. That's a good way to end the second quarter. Going to halftime real quick. And check it out. We're just going to chop it up real quick, in and out, going to third quarter, because I got some real stuff I want to talk about. But the Super Bowl, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had Pat Mahomes winning, bro.
Why?
Huh?
Why, bro?
Because Pat Mahomes reminds me of every top quarterback out right now.
See, that's what's wrong. Yeah. Everybody's so quick to give a motherfucker a trophy. Yeah. Just because they so a little bit nice. You gotta think about. This is what I'm gonna say. If you know football like I do, and like we all hopefully do, Tom Brady. Let's talk about it for real. Tom Brady.
Oh, Brady the man.
Nah, look. This is really what it. Tom Brady salivated all week, because what you gotta understand. How many damn commercials we seen with Mahomes and Kelsey and all. I'm like, yo, man, Tyreek Hill. They doing, them niggas playing high school football, bro. Yeah. And you catching dudes off guard with it, because they like, oh, really? They doing that in the game? That dumbass play when they get to the goal line and your man run to the sideline and talk. Tony Romo may not have been the most elite quarterback in the NFL when he was playing.
He's a great commentator.
But he know what the hell he is talking about as a quarterback. Every game that he commentated when the Chiefs were playing, he was like damn near telling them what to do.
Two steps ahead.
He's gonna go
Yep.
this way. That guy gonna go over here. And they was doing it. He was laughing.
Yeah.
So I was saying to myself, like, okay, Tampa Bay defense is not so gullible. When you got dudes that's on that line that look like that, compared to the whole Kansas City Chiefs team, them dudes look like they could eat their head off. and they said it. They just said it all week. They are not gonna do that high school shit on us.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be going. And it's like Mahomes never had people coming at him like that. Like, and Ndamukong Suh is a big dude.
Woo!
All them dudes is big on the line. So they like the offensive line was pretty much like this after a while. Like y'all going a little bit, but I just felt like Tom Brady. I went back to the Atlanta Falcons when they were beating them 24-0 at halftime.
Mm-hmm.
And Tom Brady watched all them dudes all jumping around, 24 black. I'm like, yo, oh my God, they just making him mad, yo. So if you remember, they was going to the commercial, the halftime commercial, and Tom Brady came and walked through the whole Atlanta Falcons defense. All them niggas was celebrating. He went right through that shit, came with me. And then when I saw that, I said, oh, there's a problem right now. But he came out and lit them niggas up.
Yeah.
Because one thing you can't do, and I told everybody, I said, the OG is winning tonight. Tom Brady, I didn't doubt nothing about his performance, nothing about the game, because the defense was not going to let Kansas City do that shit to them.
Yeah.
Even after the game, post game, all them dudes said the same thing. That punk ass shit out of here. If we really, they was like, yo, really say how you feel. Don't be so cliched NFL talk after. Yeah, we all band together. And them niggas was like, no, we wanted to bust their ass. We wanted to punch them in the mouth. If you looked at that last play when they both knocked him down, they was like, you know what? They want. It's like how every other dude feel when they tackle Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Sack Tom Brady, Ray Lewis. Remember, he used to jump up, celebrate. And Tom Brady like, nigga, play the rest of the game. I'm still gonna beat you. But that was something for them to say, like, I tackled him. Little dudes is like, damn, I was playing him on Madden when I was like 6 years old. That's Mahomes. Why you thought that man wasn't gonna do that to you?
Yeah.
You ain't no different. You a player. He's a GOAT.
Yeah.
Tom Brady's he's a very calculated player. And I think that a lot of people were starstruck with Patrick Mahomes. And
Yes, they were.
But my biggest thing is, I'm a Patriots fan, so obviously I'm a Tom Brady fan. And just watching that team for the past if you watch this season of football, you would know that Tom Brady had the best season he's had in about 5 years. So what did you think he was going to come into the Super Bowl and do? Like, he had a great season for a 43-year-old quarterback. So he wasn't going to come and take his foot off the gas in the Super Bowl. He was going to do what he does every Super Bowl. And I think when you look at what Tampa Bay did in that game, they completely dismantled. It was like what regular teams did. I'm sorry to say this, but what regular teams did to Lamar Jackson this season. They dismantled their offense. Everything that we loved about Chiefs offense for the past few years, the glitz and glamour, was exposed in the Super Bowl, and that was great coaching.
Yep.
That was, shout out to Tampa Bay's coaching team. It was amazing coaching.
Hey, look, check it out, man.
You don't want to talk. You don't want to talk, Sands.
Hey, my boys wasn't in it. My boys wasn't in it, man. I don't like Brady, but I appreciate. Again, this has been my one-liner. I don't like Brady, but I appreciate excellence, and God bless him. I'm glad he's doing what he's doing, and how can you hate? You can't.
I'm gonna tell you. You know what this shit? You know what it was for me? listening to people talk about him, even hear you say that. That's how it was for me growing up as a 49er fan and having Joe Montana.
Yeah.
That is Tom Brady is him all over again.
Hey, no,
he
Tom
is.
Brady.
That is Joe Montana all over again. He's like so like you said, he's so calculated. He's so.
Tom Brady.
So
I'm a nice guy. I'm a nice guy, but I'm gonna put this helmet on, and I'm gonna turn into a football monster when he put the helmet on, yo.
Tom Brady is.
He's Joe Montana with a MAGA hat on, though.
Nah, see, you can't. I always say this. I always have this kind of back and forth with a lot of people, especially people online. And a lot of them always pull up the MAGA hat picture, or the picture of him chilling with Trump. And then I say, okay, well, here's pictures of him chilling with 50 and Snoop. And all of and Al Sharpton and all these guys
Mm-hmm.
before he was who we all know Trump to be right now. You know, I vividly remember that mega picture, and I'm looking like, come on, Tom, what do you got a mega
Word
hat
up,
in
yeah.
the background? But watching him every year after that, after Trump won the election, say, yo, I don't affiliate with him.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
did say
support
that.
his views. I'm not going to the White House in 2017. I'm not going to the White House in 2019. You know, all of them were, a lot of people were friends with him before he was the president. You know
Yep,
what I mean?
Raekwon Smith
Yeah.
Wesson. Guess who's the
Yeah.
Black Trump?
Yeah, he
The
almost
Jets,
black
the
guy.
Jets,
Mad niggas, yo, mad.
the head
Mad people
coach,
had Donald Trump name in their mouth back in the day.
the head coach for the New York Jets. I mean, he was the one that introduced Trump at the RNC rally, and at the time he was the head coach of the Bills. So, I mean, when you look, I did the research because I'm a Brady fan, and I'm looking, and when you look, half of the Philadelphia Eagles donated money to Trump. You know what I mean? There's so many teams and players who have donated money to it twice.
But
Both
because
times
he's Tom
to
Brady,
his-
though, he's the
but
face
it's
of the
Tom
NFL.
Brady, so he's gonna take exactly. So I get it, but I tell you, that's my player, and he wasn't. It used to be the reason I'm a Patriots fan is because of Randy Moss. But then I
Well,
stayed.
because look, that was the
around.
last dude that really blew him up like that. Where, like how you
Yeah.
said, he came to Tampa Bay. He's like, damn, I know Mike Evans. He's a good ass receiver. I watch him every Sunday blackout on dudes. I'm gonna give the ball to him this year. Bet I'm gonna get some touchdowns. I mean,
Mike.
He knew what he was going into. He knew he wasn't going into the Jets. He knew he was going.
nah, but he knew Grunt was gonna be there too. So like that was his little Linus blanket, like right there.
And he knew he had the leverage to bring players he wanted, like Antonio Brown, who he wanted in New England, and they brought him, but they let him go super quick. And I know that upset him. I know that's one of the reasons he left. That upset him. And so when he went to Tampa,
get in
he said,
trouble too much.
He said, "Okay, cool. I'm bringing him to Tampa with me," and then he did. And look, so I don't know.
Yeah, and AB got it, and look, I'm sure Evans and all them dudes probably thought like their first Super Bowl was gonna be so hard. Like, oh my God, we had to go through the whole damn fire and brimstone just to get a touchdown. These niggas just, come on, no, I got it, guys. Tom Brady said, come on.
Gronk walked in twice.
Gronk. I was like, yo. I was like, this guy, that was the easiest Super Bowl Tom Brady ever had. We're talking about the cat. Talking about all the shit we seen him go through, damn near the last second touchdown when he first played. Come on, man. Yeah. So it was like
Gronk walked in twice.
My man said, "Yo, come here, man. We're gonna do all right."
Yeah, it wasn't the best Super Bowl, but I tell you, it was better than the 2018 one, or was it 2019 with the Rams?
But like you said, it was only not good because Mahomes and them couldn't do their little fireworks and shit. Yeah. So everybody was just sad.
I'm ready for the Tom Brady era to end, man. Hey.
Everybody is.
I'm done talking about Tom Brown. I'm talking about
everybody is.
I want to start the third quarter. You know what I want to do? I want to start the third quarter and talk about MF Doom. Live for Tom Brady. Let's start the third quarter and talk about Zev Love X.
The hip hop Tom Brady.
Okay, how about that? The hip hop Tom Brady.
Say more.
Yeah. Hey, we go ahead, Stan. Say more.
Well, no. I tell you what. This is the deal, man. This is back in the day when you had like when a rapper was about to get on, you seen him on somebody else's stuff. So, and you didn't have any preview. You just saw it on MTV Rap.
Yeah, video.
Right? So I'm watching Third Base, just expecting two white dudes just be spitting on their song because I like Third Base stepping to the AM. So the Gas Face is on. I like this song too. And then, boom, who was this dude doing the third verse?
Mm-hmm.
And that just changed everything. Like everything. I'm watching.
Voice was different. Everything was different.
Everything. And I'm following him. I'm trying to see what he's doing. What's his name? What's going on with him? Who is this dude that was with Third Base? Boom, KMD. Wow, Peach Fuzz comes out. Peach Fuzz, you kidding me? The Benita Applebaum number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Are you kidding me? Okay, so boom, that comes out. And but hey, it's not just on some buttery butterfly stuff. Incredible intense black.
Yeah, I don't think nobody knew that album was gonna sound like that.
Matter of fact, it scared a lot of people. I'm sure that first KMD album, the Banana Peel Blues, and I'm what? The dude on the label was probably like, wait, they're talking about me.
The label was like, all right, we let y'all slide with that first album. Second one though, we can't. And we're gonna make the album cover even worse, bro.
It did. Well, their album got shelved because of the
artwork.
All the profanity and stuff that we see now, the artwork, because of they let everything slide, but what offends them. And it was two journalists for the New York Times or Rolling Stone, I believe, that were offended by the album cover and got them, because I was waiting for Black Bastards. I didn't hear Black Bastards till after 2000. You know,
I still haven't heard of it.
Yeah, I on vinyl, man. But I'm just saying, like, it just totally destroyed that momentum that we felt. It was probably offending a lot of people, like the Grand Nubian video. They had the White Devil.
Yeah, they had the Allahu Akbar. They played that maybe like once or twice. That was it.
Hey,
they was like, y'all cannot be riding through the hood in the suburbs killing white people, man, and playing the Muslim chant. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember they were on BET, and they were on like BET, and that's when the second album came
Muslim
out. Like,
prayer.
What is GAT? Because they said GAT a lot on the second album. Pass the GAT, pass me the GAT.
Yeah.
And they were like, what is GAT? What is GAT? And it was like, does GAT mean gun? They're like, no, it ain't gun. It means God, Allah, truth. You know what I mean?
They had to switch
it up. Yeah. So anyway, the second album gets shelved, and then this guy just disappears. He just disappears. Like, I loved them, but he just disappeared. And other groups came in, Wu-Tang, Tribe, other groups, just De La. And so he just disappeared, man. I didn't know nothing. And then like 99, 01, 02, I just started hearing about the metal. Oh, yo, Sam, that's your man back. You know what I mean? And then he had a run with that MF Doom. He had a run with it like no other on the indie. And yeah, man, remarkable career. Like we were talking about earlier with Sensei, two separate runs. You know what I mean? He got two separate runs, and I think personally, I like KMD more because KMD was just like straight kick-ass Black Power, man. Like
right. And it was more. It was clear.
Yeah.
The clarity of the songs. Like my favorite song was Nitty Gritty. Of course, the Brand Nubian was on it because like at the time they was hot. So like I bought the album just because I saw the credits and I saw they was gonna be on it.
Yeah.
But I love the album for itself because like I even met them when we first signed the stretch Bobito's Hit You Off Management. So it was us, KMD, Hearts of Tane, Curious George. So like when we first started going out to the city, if you all right, this is a known fact too. When you listen to Flexi with the Tech on our first album, I give a shout out to Sub Rock because right when we was recording and getting into the album, he passed away. And we didn't even get to go to the studio with them or nothing. We had met them at Rocksteady Park on 98th and Amsterdam.
No doubt.
So, and this is another thing too. A lot of people don't know, like Curious and the whole CM mob, like the affiliation went deep with a lot of them. Like Sub Rock, KMD, and Doom was best friends with Curious.
Yeah.
You know, and when I say that, I say this is like CM Mob. CM Mob is Constipated Monkeys. Yeah. So that was Curious's crew, him, Sear, Cotty, all of them, you know, Rim. So to see that happen, like we went to Baltimore with them. This is, like I said, first album, you know what I'm saying? We out there with them. This is when they was about to do Leaders had What's Next out, and I think KMD was still rocking on the first album, but was about to do the second album.
Yeah.
So we was all on the run, and to talk to him, this is when no metal phase. This is just regular Zev Love X.
Yeah.
This is just, you know, gear, everything. You see him.
Yeah.
So like, but I think like, which I know, after Sub was gone, that shit, you know, of course, it changed him.
No
This
doubt,
is
no
his
doubt.
best friend, you know, and I'm happy that he didn't stop making the music, even though it's a little different than what KMD was.
Yeah.
I just, for me, listening to him after Doom, I mean after KMD as Doom, he invented a character to just be himself. Like, yo, I'm not even trying to, like, you got to imagine somebody getting a record deal and built up to come out. You on third base shit. You all, and it's this. You on videos on TV, and then all of a sudden the shit just stopped.
Wow.
So I think when he said, you know what, next time I come back out with something, I don't want nobody to see my face. I just want them to judge me for my music, man. You know what? Because I done did all that video shit. I done
And
been
see,
in cameras. I done
That's
took pictures.
that's the genius for me, man. Is that he took this thing. So let me show you my shirt for a second. You can see that.
Right, yeah.
You know, this idea of the mask. You know what I'm saying? This idea that I'm gonna put on a mask and I'm gonna be me. You know what I'm saying? Not be somebody different, but be more me. That shit is dope, man.
Right,
As a concept, that's just
He
like,
didn't compromise.
you know what I'm saying? But you think that, you know, if you go back to Baldwin and you go back to W.B. Du Bois and all these people that talk about double consciousness, right? They talk about wearing a mask, trying to hide from something. Nah, he flipped it. You know what I'm saying? He flipped all of that theory and all of that stuff in a new direction. And for me, when I saw a video recently, and Moses in the studio saying his lines word for word.
Yeah.
When you got somebody like that, come on, man. He knows who he is, and he's giving it to you. You know what I'm saying? So you can have it, and you gonna carry it with you just because of the way he's carrying it. And he's a genius for all of that, man. All of that. Like, the people who love Doom, they know everything. They know all his shit. And that's
that's what's dope, because, like, yo, to reinvent yourself, and not even say reinvent, because maybe just the first time didn't work out. And he just said, look, rather than going back to my old self, let me just do what I'm doing today, and just let me see if people really gonna rock with me off just music. Because when you, like, his music was like not clean, it was so dirty that it's like, you know, you as a fan, you were like, oh my God, he put this dirty shit out, he don't give a fuck. Like, so that's what made you like it more, because it was not the clean, it wasn't the industry, it wasn't nothing where you looked at it and said, like, he cared about it that much to put it out to the masses. But he's like, he put it out like this, and the masses are more than just the people who you think might be listening to it. It's dudes that's so dirty underground. They'll play you shit you would never know about, but they know, like you said, but like, they got all of this man stuff, like super fan, bro.
Everything.
He's the only dude I know that got those kind of super fans. Like, this is before, of course, before Griselda. Like, anything he dropped, they was buying it, bro. I mean, like, I could walk in Fat Beats any Thursday, and so, like, all his records just up there, and these little dudes.
Hey, yo, and I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. When he was doing Gas Face, his verse was the best verse on the record.
Of course.
So I already knew, like Sans was saying, it's kind of like when you get introduced to that, like, you get a hint of it. But he didn't get a chance to, like, open it up for us. Right. Then when he put the mask on and he opened it up, it's like, it's a whole nother thing, man. It's really alchemy, man, for us, because we understand what it is, what it took for him to pull that off and to actually be showing up in public with the mask on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's a lot, man. That's a lot. That's beyond performance art.
And the shit worked, and it worked, bro. He was I mean, for him to make that shit work and cake off of it like that,
it's crazy.
Like, but that's what made us feel. I think that's what made us feel like the way we feel right now, good, because he did not. After that, like, he changed to be that. Exactly. And he didn't change again. He's like, yo, y'all gonna change to be fuck with my shit. I'm not gonna change no more.
But it worked. Exactly. It worked for him. It worked so well for him, because not only was he able to reconnect with original fans, but he was also able to capture a whole new generation of
young dudes,
of listeners. And even doing that album with Bishop Nehru, who at the time was like 18 or 17, it opened him up to two new generations of people. And And I just feel like there's not many artists that can do that. I can't
Hell
even
no.
think of one right now that can do that.
And internationally too.
And to hide your face.
Oh,
Exactly.
He did the ghost,
That's
crazy.
true.
he did the ghost face for real.
Word.
Yeah.
right?
No
Ain't
face.
that something? And to think, there's a, I don't know if this is true, but maybe y'all can help me. But I heard that he had some immigration problems, and so the whole thing
Yeah,
about
because he was
getting
still in
money,
London. Yeah.
yeah, getting money and being out there was kind of like setting himself up to get nabbed by whoever it is, the ICE or
Mhm.
whoever was looking for him. So it was practical too. You know what I'm saying? It was.
Yeah.
It was a pragmatic idea. Like he wasn't just doing it to be artsy. You know, yes,
He had to
it
do
was
it
an
for his
art.
life.
Yeah, man, it was practical. It's like, yo, come on, man.
You ain't gonna
Like-
find me. You ain't gonna hip hop.
Word. Yeah,
gonna
my
catch
man
me
said,
at a
he said, I ain't trying to be
show.
like Ghostface, but my shit, I really can't do this
You
right
know,
now.
and I know that because of what I do, I gotta be out here in the street. That's what I gotta do to get money. So how I'm gonna figure this out. It's dope.
Yeah. Well, hey, R.I.P. to MF Doom. I'm glad you lightened it up when I said that, Sensei. R.I.P. to
Well,
him.
look, I didn't even see you when you did it either. I just
Nah,
let
it's
it.
all good. So, yo, another one that really hit closer to home, brother Double K, man. Just
Oh.
man. And Double K, like, he produced my album, man. We kicked it. Like, I never really kicked it with Doom, but Double K kicked it with, that was my man. He coming deep, you know, just like, yeah, man. That was 43 years old, man. L.A. Mike, and yeah, it was just a tough one, bro. Just hearing it, and I don't know, it just make you think about yourself, man. You know, like, damn, where you at in life? But yeah, rest in peace to my man.
Yeah, man, and it's so crazy, bro. Like, we all don't know each other until we meet each other when we get, you know, at shows and stuff like that. So like, when I hear about, like, no different than how I met you, Black. When I met People Under the Stairs, I went on a first time tour with them with J Live. So here it is.
Shout out to Jay.
I'm on no doubt. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the first time Jay was driving, you know what I'm saying, like a whip, bro. Like, he got a license and everything. And we was out there, DP1, me, him, Lamont, them, Ugly Duckling. I'm thinking somebody else maybe too, but like, that tour was dope because I was, like I said, I was just getting in with Jay, and just West was like, yo, look, go out with him. And I knew I had to go too, because I'm getting my feet wet again to just get the people to know I'm not in Artifacts no more, but I'm by myself. I'm about to make these records. So like, once we got on the road and you do the first couple of shows, you kind of tend to know who you're gonna gravitate to on the tour.
That's true.
So with them, now I'm by my Lamont don't smoke, Jay don't smoke, them two don't smoke. So I'm by myself. So once I got cool with them after the like first and second show, we like, all right, you know, show over or sound check, we group up together. Me, him, and Tess. So once I got, and then when I'm noticing what I was like, oh, these niggas do all their own shit. I think K doing the beats, and I just fell in love with their music. Like, every show, I knew what they were gonna do. So when it got to the Jabby Jab song, and because I didn't, you know, that was like a new album when we went on the road. So every time that damn song came on, that bass line just did something to me. And I told him I would get on stage with them after a while and just start doing the ad-libs with them. Mm-hmm. I mean, we like, I can remember when it was no GPS. So I'm telling them, you know, we leave in the hotel, we all leave together, but everybody went routes they wanted to go. I'm looking at the map, like, I'm gonna go here, cut in between there, and boom, boom, boom. So they like, yo, how are y'all getting at these places before us? I'm looking at the map, and it's going this way. Y'all going the main stuff. So we would get to some places, and I would probably get there before them and meet and get the bud, because we were smoking together. So we all see what we got. All right, they only got a little bit. I got this much. We get to the town. I'm letting them know, look, I don't know what y'all got when y'all come, but I got this. Yeah. I mean, we was in, we left, we were going to Portland. And we was in Wyoming.
Yeah.
Wyoming is a big ass state, bro. I told them when I left Seattle, like, I'm gonna meet y'all, and at such a time, just don't buy no butt. They was like, why? I was like, I got something that y'all gonna love. And he was like, "You serious, yo?" I said, "Don't do nothing." Like and we can't smoke at that sound check. Kay was like, "Why not? We can't smoke at that sound check." Like, "Cuz, man, it's gonna do you dirty."
Yeah.
So I got there, and he's like, "Yo, I gotta see it, please. Let me see." I said, "It was a nice little big bud. I mean, from Emerald City, but man, he took that shit out of my hand and he smelled it. He said, 'Yeah, put that back in the Tupperware.'" He said, "Cause I can tell if we smoke that, we ain't gonna do the show good." I was like, "Yeah, let's wait."
Yeah.
So he was a cool dude, man. Just real humble. You know, I spoke to his wife, saying a couple of days ago, last week. She hit me up, and she couldn't get the words out, man. But she was just like, you know, I'm gonna reach out to you when I need you. I was like, whatever you need me to do, I'm here. But I could tell she couldn't get the words out, and I told her a story about me and him in New Mexico.
Yeah.
And he was leaving the club after sound check to go to the hotel to get something. He was coming back out. I was coming back in. I told him to wait for me. We went to go back to the spot, and this Mexican dude was in a big ass caddy drop top. Saw me and him walk through the parking lot. They screamed at us. My man jumps out of the caddy, comes toward us. He got the Mac 10 in his hand, like trying to hold it behind his back. I'm like, oh my God, what's about to happen right now? They come up to us, like 2 or 3 of them, and they like, so like, where you guys from, bro? I was like, we just came out that hotel. He's like, yeah, I know, I saw you, but where you from? I was like, I'm from Jersey. My man right here? And he's like, yeah, where he's from? I was like, because he got Dickie shorts on,
Yeah.
he got his socks pulled all the way up. No matter if we're in New Mexico, we're still in the West Side.
Yeah.
So these dudes, they saw that and they saw him. And I told him, like, and they said, so what's going on? What y'all doing right now? I said, actually, we're going right through this parking lot over here. If y'all want to come to the show we having tonight, we doing a sound check. So y'all kind of holding us up. I'm looking at the gun still, like, yo, he's talking to us with the gun.
Yeah.
He was drunk. And there was a festival going on that night. Yo, we walked, and I'm telling his wife this whole story. She started laughing because I was like, yo, Kay was like, look, man, you really, he said it. He's like, you talking to him? So I was like, don't worry, we right in front of the dude.
Yeah.
Because he was drunk. But then we walked away and he let us go. Wow. He looked at me, he said, nigga, I thought we was dead. I was like, I did too, because it was been because of you though. Because of the way you look.
Dickie shorts.
Word.
Okay.
But my man was cool.
Yeah, he's one of those dudes, man, that gave it up for the culture, man. Like, he was a culture dude. Like,
and had the dope beats.
Yeah, he's like not a lot of dudes you can say gave it up for the culture, but he died that shit. So yeah, rest in peace to our brother Double K from People Under the Stairs, and strength and blessings to his families. And that's the end of the third quarter. We're going into the fourth quarter. Now I want to ask Keisha Fresh, because she's definitely the youngest in the crew today. What did Ecstasy? Now, I'm talking about Ecstasy from Houdini. Do you remember Houdini coming up? Because you're the youngest. You might not remember Houdini.
Without, obviously, I was a baby.
Yeah,
so.
You're a baby in the butt.
Yes, but that's because, growing up and studying hip hop, learning about it. But if you're asking me if I remember, if I was present in those times, no.
Yeah. Well, when I was coming up, Houdini was everything. They were the rock stars. They were they were hip hop. They were rock stars. There wasn't nothing corny about Houdini. Wasn't nothing corny. They had Run pop up in the Big Mouth video.
Right, yeah.
Run pop out. Oh, hello, Run. Yeah, man. So losing Ecstasy. That's a big one too, man.
You know what it is about Houdini, man, is they're a bridge. They're a bridge for so many different things. So they were at the jams, the early jams in the park, and so they brought that to the Fresh Fest.
Right.
And Fresh Fest is a moment in time when hip hop started getting its commercial legs together. And so they was the headliners.
Right, pretty much.
For that whole experience. And so everybody who, was kind of grown and sexy who was going to see Hollywood, you know what I'm saying, and listening to him, they would still go check out Houdini.
Right.
So they brought that crowd into Fresh Fest.
Hip-hop.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like Houdini, and then when you hear, Freaks Come Out at Night, that a whole generation of people learned about hip hop through that song.
Mhm.
Like some people who wasn't fucking with
And
it before,
still.
right?
And
Like it's
still.
like my father. He was like, that hippity hop, da da da. But then when he heard Friends,
Yeah.
right, then he's like, oh, okay, so they talking about something I can fuck with.
Yeah.
And so then that's another bridge. You know what I'm saying? So they had so many different ways to get people together that they don't get the respect that they deserve.
No, they don't.
As being that kind of bridge, as being that kind of bringing everybody together. And it's mainly because their message wasn't about sex, drugs,
Right.
violence. Let's put it plain. But that's a testament to us that we got to do better to support those bridges. We got to identify them and make sure that they stay around and that people know who they are. So
I agree with that. I agree with that sentiment because I remember if I can think back to some of the first songs, just songs that I remember hearing as a child, it was The Freaks Come Out at Night. My mom would sing that. Those would be the songs they would listen to and they would sing. And then,
dance. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Right.
And then Friends. And then also, we have to think how many times those records were used in movies, and how it was brought to those songs were brought to the big screen, and even to today, those songs are used in TV shows and movies. So, I think Houdini, like you said, they don't get enough credit for what they did to transcend generations, but they did, and I truly believe like some of the first rock stars we've seen in hip hop music, for real.
Yeah, and then for them to come, from where they came from, at me as a teenager listening to that music, I knew that it wasn't for my age group. I knew that the people that really was listening to that was at the Silver Shadow in New York.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? They like,
Bentleys,
our father probably was the same at the time. So as I'm 12, 11, my parents was like in their 30s. So I'm listening to this, when you're hearing it, and maybe because they didn't, because it was hip hop like so much, my father ain't listen to it, but he liked it, but he didn't say I'm gonna pop in the damn Houdini song. but for us, they was the last group that came from the Melly Mel era of The Message and Kool Moe Dee and Cold Crush. They was making records while them dudes wasn't. It was still like Kool Moe Dee out of that time frame also was building bridges, like where he can say he was able to come from this time frame,
right,
and then still work in the 90s time with still all of the younger rappers and we was listening to, whether it was Rakim, LL. So Houdini, what was so different for them was that their records wasn't so preachy, but they would say, but like when you like you said, like Friends and One Love at any age group can relate to that damn song because we all know somebody that went through that, or that was us.
Yo, remember
So,
Frankie Crocker? Frankie Crocker would play it, and Mr. Magic would play it.
Yep. And then when you saw the video, you saw how they were dressed. Older people saw that like, they were our group.
And then at the same time, that whole freak thing, like the dance, the
Rick
dance
James,
the freak, you know what I'm saying? It was already a known thing to dance the freak, right? Then you got Freak Out by Chic.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a whole line that they tapped into. And then they talk about mini skirts and zippers and rips and
that's New York at night. That's New York at night.
So then you got the Studio 54 and the Paradise Garage and all of them people now they checking. I go, oh shit, what's this?
Mm-hmm.
So they have mad tentacles, man, mad tentacles.
Doing the video where I when I get
But for our age though, we just had to look at them like, oh, that's the OG dudes.
Yeah,
they had their
and that's fair. But that's fair.
Yeah, and we was like, and we knew we could fuck with it, but we was like, a whole nother age range that was really messing with it. Like they felt like, all right, we got hip hop dudes for our age, because they like that Houdini crowd wasn't so into Rakim, wasn't so into Big Daddy Kane.
Right.
So they was like, yo, these dudes on my level. Like they look like they my age. These niggas got hair on their face. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't talking about guns.
And I'm gonna add on to that for
women.
1 second. That Run DMC kind of patterned themselves off of them, right?
Yeah.
The two MCs and the DJ, that configuration was brand new with Ecstasy and Jalil. So the two of them together was like kind of a evolution from Cruise, right? Because you had the Furious Five and you had the Fours and the Threes and all the Herculoids. You know what I'm saying? It was Cruise. And now you got two dudes and a DJ.
And the one dude writing everything.
Right.
Jalil.
And one dude is like the cute guy, right? So you want the girls to come out, so you gotta have the cute guy. You know what I'm saying? That was
Ecstasy, where he had the most of just the group, period, his fucking voice and his personality.
Yeah.
That's mostly the reason why you like, because he had the in-between yearly voice where it was he still had the he still had the man, we're all good looking. He still had that, but
that's the beauty of it.
But it wasn't so thick with it, Jimmy Spicer type, where
that's right.
Everybody else you could
he
deal
wasn't
with
too
it.
spoony G.
Right, you can still deal with it.
Man.
Hey, RIP to Ecstasy, and this is the last one I want to do for the fourth quarter. I didn't even know too much about this gentleman until he passed away, to keep it 100, and I'm the biggest Beastie Boy fan you ever met. You know what I'm saying? But the brother Ricky Powell just passed.
Yeah, man.
What he did with the culture.
Hey, yo.
Yeah. So that was, like I said, I didn't even know who Ricky Powell was until he passed away.
Yeah, Ricky did he had a lot of photos, a lot of places he was at. Like, he took advantage of his situation very well. You know what I'm saying? Just to be there and like, oh, yo, I'm gonna get a camera real quick. And he learned how to take them pictures good. He got iconic pictures out there. Yeah. And not to even jump off the subject of him, but it's so crazy we're talking about Ecstasy and them, and look.
Yeah.
Hey, just like
look how they dress, bro. They got on short sets. That was when it was, man. They got on short sets and sneakers and shit, tank top. That damn hat. That's when you know.
That's when you know.
You know what I'm saying? You know that's the era right there. Like you knew.
And shoes on.
Word, yes, with the long socks.
Yeah.
Long black socks.
Dr. Ice dancing for him and Kane go dancing for him.
All right, remember? Keep it real.
Everybody had their humble beginnings.
I like what you were just saying about Ricky in regards to he was smart and he picked up the camera.
Right.
You know, being around people. You have all these crews and these entourages and stuff. And I'll be looking at them like, do something. Pick up a camera. Make yourself valuable. And he did. He did. Make yourself valuable to the people that you're around. Make them want to keep you around. Say, okay, this dude takes our pictures. He shoots our behind the scenes in the studio. Like, you're not just here. And Ricky did that. And I think that, you know, it worked out for him. And he became a pro in what he was doing.
Right. And that motherfucker has some ill ass weed too. Oh my god.
Well, this is what I was gonna leave that part out because
I gotta say that. I
didn't know him, but I heard him. Let's put it down.
Man, listen, this dude lived in this little ass apartment. I went there maybe 2 or 3 times, and I was like, "Oh my god, Ricky, where are you sleeping at?" It was just fucking bags and bags everywhere. Just the room. I was like, "How are you living here? You be high just sitting in there, just breathing."
Yeah.
Ricky Powell was a brand. You know what I'm saying? It's like people would know what you was talking about, just those 2 words. So that's all I know.
My man was and shout out my man Ryan, used to work at Fat Beats. He introduced me to him. He the first dude took me over his house. And I remember when me and Diamond went over there one time, we went to D'Angelo album release party at the Puck building in Manhattan. And I'll get in there. The first dude I see, Juju, Beatnuts. He gave me the Universal Pound, but when I had a North Face on, and I had the weed in like the inside pocket of the North Face. So when he gave me the hug and everything, the North Face just deflated. All he smelled was the weed coming out of my coat. He's like, yo, what you got, bro? What you got? I was like, come on, let's go inside. Let's go inside. I don't want to be outside with this. He said, nigga, you got some fire in your pocket. I am not leaving he was at my hip for like an hour.
Oh, man.
That weed was good.
Yeah. Well, again, man, I just wanted to just throw some names out there. Pop, just because honestly, man, stuff's happening so fast, man. Process it.
Yeah, you can't even keep up with it, man. It's just crazy.
Those are just 4 people, man. Nah, things are happening. Forget the famous people that we know. I'm talking about everyday people that
yeah.
It's happening, man. And really kick back and process it for a minute. But Doom, I definitely wanted to give Doom and Double K, Ricky Powell, and Ecstasy definitely their due on the show. And with that being said, my man Blue Black, this is your first time on the show, and you go through all 4 quarters, my brother. You good to go. Check it out. You said your 3 game was on, so you was doing real good. You did real good on Sands on Sports, man. You did
all right, good. Give thanks, brother.
Well, you wasn't a ball, you know what I mean? So you scored a lot of points today, man. So everybody, please take a moment to let people know what you got going on, how to get in contact with you. Real quick, starting with Keisha.
Oh man, right now I'm just writing, songwriting, writing music for artists, and follow me, Free Keisha on everything.
Definitely. Again, Keisha, I'm gonna be hitting you up more because, like I said, man, you can't have conversations without the sister.
Word up.
I don't want my platform or whatever I do to be dominated by a bunch of men. And that's nothing. Men's club is nothing.
I watch sports too, so you gotta have that in there.
Yeah, I want to be in the men's club. I want to be in the co-ed club. So, man, Sensei, man, let them know. I know you got stuff going on. Please.
Man, well, the most important thing that's about to happen in the next couple of months is going to be an Artifacts album coming out, produced entirely by Buck Wild. That was, proper to do, being that we all started out together in the beginning. I got a gang of records projects coming out. My man Jake Palumbo, we got a joint coming, me and my man Mint Plus. My man Tony Galvin, man got some heat for this one. My man Tony Galvin, rest in peace, producer from Miami. I was doing an album with him. He passed away last October. And the album is about to get mixed and mastered properly, and rather than being rushed, because I think with this record, I think that the thing I was trying to hurry up and do was get it out there to the world so this man could get his just due credit on a lot of, I feel, was more underrated. And I think that when people hear it, my man said, I think this is probably the best shit you did in a long time. I said, Lo. He said, what was you thinking about when you was doing it? I said, I was looking at this dude and listening to his conversation about what he wanted out of the record and how excited he was to even do the record with me. So when he was in the hospital, I was shooting a video with Moni, and he wanted to get out of the hospital to come be in the video. And my man was on the phone with him while we were shooting. So, but he knew that wasn't possible. I came home, 3 days later, he had passed. And that was just like, for me, the hardest thing to deal with because I couldn't finish it fast enough.
Yeah.
But he did know, I was happy with the fact that he did know how much work I was putting into it, knowing that I was in Atlanta shooting all the videos. I came back and forth like 3 times, September, October, November, just to get all this stuff done. And he told my man to tell me that he was cool with what I was doing, and he appreciated it, and that for me was enough.
Yeah, man.
And I'm gonna be happy when this record is finished. Shabam is on it. Cyrock is on it. My man Scam is on it. Man, it's like Scam is actually on a couple on two, and my man Dynas from Miami is on. Dynas is on a couple of, and Dynas worked with Tony the most. Like he got a couple of albums with him. Okay. So to have him on the record, was dope. I'm probably rambling a little bit, but I will say this: Dynas didn't know if I wanted him on the record. Yeah. Like Tony told him like, yo, I think you need to get a verse together. He coming out here to Miami to record. Like, so he's like, how you know he want me on the joint? He's like, bro, I talked to this man a couple of times. I think you're gonna be all right. Just come and you gonna see for yourself. He ain't like that. Yeah. So I was, and when me and Dynas talked, when he said that, I died laughing because I was like, yo, you really thought I wasn't gonna want you on the record, bro? I I told him to put you on it. Like this whole album got all the people that the one lawyer knows is working with all of us. Mm-hmm. So I had to put Cyrock on the record. I'm like, she's on the team, so I'm new. Here I come. Like Dynas already working with him. So I asked Cyrock, Sober Side, like, yo, you mind her getting on the record? He's like, yeah, I don't mind. Go ahead. Like, and to know what he's doing with her, that's his wife, and this whole project is just for me now more of a family-oriented record because his family know about the record now and they know what's coming out too. Yeah. So of all the individual projects I got coming out, I'm hoping that one does the best.
Nice.
I'm gonna push that for you, definitely, man.
Thanks.
And my man Blue Black, man, please let the people know what's going on and how to get. Hey, check it out. How to get bars from all y'all. You just
because I'm about to ask.
Hit Jay Sands Cash App up, and I'll transact bars. We get features from all of them. But anyway, Blue Black, let's go.
Oh man, so my biggest thing right now is I'm teaching. The history of hip hop at SUNY Empire State College. Mm-hmm. I got a course called Hip Hop America where I kind of flip American history and hip hop history, and I talk about the Fifth Element, and, the pioneers and all that stuff, just to give people a little dose of it. And I get a little philosophical with it. I go into Black history so that they know where it came from, and it's a class that I enjoy. It's a passion project. And other than that, I became a brand ambassador for a digital asset management system. So it's basically a command center where you can put all your content and you can track it and move around. And I got into that because I know all of you hip hop cats out here got stuff all over. You got pictures, you got music, you got video clips, and it's all over the place. And you may not know what you got. But I'm trying to tell you what you got is valuable, and we need to collect that shit and know what everybody else got so we can take it to the next level. It's too spread out right now. We need to consolidate, make sure everybody knows what's what and who's doing what, and then we can go from there. But I think everybody got shit on hard drives and shit like that nobody will ever see. Yeah. It's time to fix that. You know what I'm saying? So that all you selfish motherfuckers who want to keep your stuff, man. Stop. It's time to stop.
I'm pulling it out.
You know what I'm saying? Let's put it all together and just show what we got. You know what I mean?
No doubt. Hey, you need anything? I got a bunch of stuff.
No, listen, and this is the beauty of the tool is you do it yourself. It's all the same platform, but it's yours. Like, I don't gotta do nothing. I don't gotta touch it. It's like Dropbox on steroids.
Oh, okay.
Tags and AI and all of this stuff so that you can move your stuff around. You can share it. You can keep track of your stuff. It's like keeping track of an asset because it is. It's an asset. You know what I'm saying? It's worth something.
That's dope. That's incredible.
So let's get that value together.
If people want to get at you, you're on Twitter, right?
Yeah, I'm at Blue Black Tweets. That's the main one. And then blueblackunspoken@gmail.com is the other thing I pick up.
That's awesome, man. Well, hey, check this out. This was a very refreshing, and I really appreciate everybody's time on it. I'm Jay Sands. That's Keisha Fresh. That's Illa Sensei. That's my man Blue Black. The Sands on Sports, and we out of here.